Hi everyone, my name is Karen DeVasco. I'm a speaker, a host, and an image consultant.
I'm gonna explain to you what image is all about.
You're gonna be in the industry and you have to show your personality.
Matalino si Coach Karen eh. Napaka-presentable niyang tignan eh.
Ang tinuro po talaga niya is embrace yourself tapos i-improve mo pa ang sarili mo in so many ways. Again, it's personal development.
Nakita ko yung development sa lahat ng artist na nahawakan ko.
I am a creative lead and a visual content creator. We're gonna talk about how to elevate your personal brand to new heights.
And yung time na yun, dun ko po na-realize na may mga time din na pwede mo mag-post ka para magkaroon ka ng maraming engagement.
Working on your branding is answering the questions. How do you want to be remembered? How do you want to be perceived?
Ay kailangan laging relatable sa mga viewers.
She reminded us not to forget it's you. It's still you. You don't have to alter yourself.
Yun talaga rin yung nagugustuhan ng mga viewers. May relatability.
Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, at iba pa, may YouTube pa.
Follow nyo ako.
After our insightful journey into personality development and image crafting, we are ready to gear up for the next phase.
You can see there are three core fundamental aspects that we're going to be going through. And if you notice on the very first one, it's an assessment. Hello, my name is Chris Dela Cruz. I am the co-founder and lead trainer of the American Institute for English Proficiency. And I've been here in the Philippines since 2007, so I've been working with all kinds of people from the showbiz industry to BPO, and I've been doing this with passion for the last 15 to 20 years. Well, basically, I was in charge in terms of public speaking, communication skills, English proficiency. And when it came to public speaking, I taught them some grammar, some writing, of course, a little bit of accent. Also, in terms of structuring their ideas, giving better content to their presentations, to their conversations, and some delivery in terms of physical appearance, in terms of hand gestures, eye contact, and even their voices.
So introduce yourself, your name, where you're from, what makes you happy, that's one, and what makes you sad.
Hi everyone, I'm Aaron Gonzalez. I am 20 years old, Filipino Spanish.
What makes me happiest is meeting new people.
And what makes me sad is that remembering that I am the eldest among us siblings, so there's always this pressure for me.
Leo yellow, Nakakabulol.
Okay, so you need to practice it to loosen up this area.
Toy boat. Oh, whoa, toy boat.
Everybody is excited to want to learn something different. They were all there ready and willing to get into some of the exercises. Some of them were a little non-traditional, but they were into it. So I really appreciate that about them. Of course, sometimes some of them are like, I'm apprehensive, I'm not sure about that one. But eventually they were willing to get into it. So I really like that part about the training. Well, I would say some of them from the entire spectrum. Some are good, some are great, some are natural. Some of them need a little bit more pushing. Some of them are kind of like, not my turn, but then, just give them push and shove and they're right there. So I would say it's varied. You can kind of tell who's hungry, you can tell who's already there, and then you can tell sometimes, hey, nudge them a little bit more and then they're there. So not everyone's the same, but I think if they all hunger for growth, they can all get there.
He's very professional. He's a very focused coach on us. He really teaches us well. He's really understanding, mas lalo na pag yung mga iba na nahihirapan sa speech. He really understands and give us time to understand how he teaches his speech class. He's making it easy for us to understand by doing a game. So it really interests us. And of course, while we do impromptus, we have time limits and we do group works together. Iisip kami ng mga topics and we're gonna do a debate. So that's the interesting part that he does for the speech class to be fun.
Nick Reyes.
Nagpo-post po ako ng mga TikTok dances, yung mga trending po. Tapos, yun po, ginagawa ko po yun with my co-artists para po makahikayat po ng more viewers. And also, I'm posting po sa IG ng mga damit na sinusuot ko everyday po. Alam naman natin TikTok dances kasi mas masaya talaga sa mayaw.
Guys, follow my IG account, I am Nathan Reyes. And follow my TikTok account, I am Nathan Reyes also.
When it comes to excelling, I don't just look at top performers, I look at people who went from a certain level.
I was tasked to do an impromptu speech for 2 minutes.
Ever since I was 3, nagka-kickboxing ako. My dad would teach me. Ginamit ko yun as an edge to somehow stand out sa social media.
Pilipinas, isang bansang arkipelago na nahahati sa 3 pangunahing pulo, Luzon, Visayas at Mindanao. Binubuo ng 7,641 islands na napaliligiran ng mga anyong tubig. Kinikilala sa likas nitong ganda, kamanghamanghang kultura at kaaya-ayang turismo. Nakahanda ng sumayad ang aming gulong, umaraw man o umulan, baon namin ng iisang layunin na makapaghati ng bagong kwento habang nakasampa sa aming motorsiklo. Isasama namin kayo tuwing Sabado, 5 p.m. to 6 p.m. This is Motorcycle Republic.
Let's get together, Sunday 25. Sunday 25.
Gia Gonzalez.
3 years ago, almost 4 years ago, lumipat po ako dito from Hong Kong. I used to be a student making contents, nagko-content creating ako from time to time, pero it wasn't my priority that time. School was definitely my priority. Nung bago ako lumipat dito, porsigido na ako na mag-artista na ako. I feel like calling ko talaga siya at hindi mabubuo yung buhay ko pag hindi ko siya pinursige. And I also had the love for arts kasi science student mo ko noon and I was excelling, so it was hard to leave. It was a struggle, but when I flew here, I started sa pagla-livestream sa Kumu. Actually, doon po yung hanap buhay ko nung time na yon, and thank God I was able to help my family sa pagla-livestream. It was hard kasi hindi po talaga ako mahilig sa pagla-livestream. I was very desperate na may mangyari sa career ko kasi almost 3 years na ang waiting season ko, to the point na I tried tapping onto my athletic side. I was making workout videos, ganun-ganon. Tapos naisip ko, how about, show the world the kick butt version of Gia. So, ayun, ever since I was 3, nagka-kickboxing ako. My dad would teach me. Ginamit ko yun as an edge to somehow stand out sa social media. We started a series of vlogs na I take on challenges na to learn different types of martial arts. 3 days, tututunan ko. Tapos, pagkatapos ng 3 days, isa-sparring ko yung coach mismo or yung mga estudyante ng martial arts na yun. And actually, I was that desperate. Gusto ko may mangyari talaga sa buhay ko. And then, thank God na 25 came, so I was able to use the artsy side naman. As cliche as it sounds, pamilya po talaga. I'm not sure if I've mentioned na before I transferred here, sobrang struggle. Ako, my sister, and my mom kaming nauna sa Pilipinas. And that was when my dad's business was dying. Gusto kong mabigay sa kanila yung buhay na walang limits. I don't know, I'm very ambitious. My parents have their dreams of their own also. Oh no, here we go again. May pangarap sila. I'm happy that they're with me. But lagi ko sinasabi sa kanila, iba pa rin yung meron kang pinupursige for yourself. So for them to put themselves aside para lang sa akin, to pursue mine. I think where I am right now is already the measurement of how far I've gone. Iniwanan ko po yung livelihood ko sa Hong Kong. I was very dedicated. Kung gaano ako ka-dedicated dito, I applied also sa studies ko. I wanted to be either doctors or a biologist din. I would leave my livelihood as long as I know na will ni Lord yun sa akin. As long as it's a part of God's purpose sa buhay ko, dun po yung line ko.
The road to Starkada, hindi madali, pero patuloy namin pagpupursigihan. We know harness the power of articulation, confidence to communicate with our audience.
So in public speaking, you normally want someone good-looking or beautiful. But there are ways to be good-looking and beautiful. We don't mean artistic and good-looking. We mean well-groomed, well-postured.
You know, it's hard to pursue your dreams when life hits you hard. And there are realities that are very hard to face.
I think he started with a personal experience, yes, but he was already making a point at the same time. For public speaking wise, the memorable ones for me, Gia, she was right there at the top of the game. Aaron was also right there. There were some who didn't take the entire course because they kind of came in halfway through, like Patrick. Dre, he's a natural. He's quiet, or he was soft-spoken, but when you gave him something, he'll take it. Of course, I remember Zach, because Zach was the one who didn't want to speak English at all, and he just wanted to avoid. I would say some of the kids can shine based on their talent already. Some of them can shine because they were hungry to learn something. And some of them, they didn't have to shine in everything, but there were moments. There were glimpses where they could shine. Miyoki, of course, I think it's because she has some public speaking experience and pageantry. Dre, because of pageantry as well. But when it comes to excelling, I don't just look at top performers. I look at people who went from a certain level to another level. And you could see Arwen, for example. She might not have been the best speaker, but she developed, she improved, she was there. And sometimes being there is the most important thing. Because it's hard to learn when you're not there.
Actually, sa lahat naman po ng workshops namin, meron po talagang mga times na challenging po siya for me. With Sir Chris, sa speech class, siguro yung masasabi ko po na pinaka na-challenge ako was the first time na nag-attend ako sa workshop niya. So, ayun po talaga yung pinakaunang workshop na na-attendan ko. And late ako nun. So medyo magkakakilala na sila and ako parang newbie. Hindi pa ako comfortable dun sa mga kasama ko. And then, I remember, nung first time na nag-attend ako, I was tasked to do an impromptu speech for 2 minutes. Kasi they all did that nung nauna na sila. Yun yung way ni Sir Chris to assess kung nasan yung knowledge namin when it comes to public speaking. So at that time, parang ako nabigla ako kasi, oh my gosh, may impromptu speech ako kaagad na 2 minutes straight na magsasalita ako ng English. So nahihiya po ako, niisip ko baka wrong grammar ako dahil sa kaba ko. Pero ayun po, na-enjoy ko pa rin naman siya kasi at least na-try ko po siya and pinace ko yung fear ko na baka magkamali ako sa mga answers. Pinaka-favorite kong part ng workshop is yung kapag ginagawa namin yung tinatawag ni Sir Chris na QG SLEP. Parang may ganun po kami na ginagawa na activity palagi na talagang ayun yung pinaulit-ulit niya sa amin. And I think ayun yung naging favorite ko kasi yung thoughts ko po every time nagsasalita ako parang masyado siyang all over the place. So yung ginawa ni Sir Chris na yun, it helped me in terms of organizing my thoughts. Like na magiging more concise and hindi ako nag-jump from one topic to another na biglang hindi natatapos yung thought ko. So yun po yung pinaka na-appreciate ko sa speech na workshop namin.
Well, I think communication is key, no? In any field.
I try to pull back a little bit so that they don't get overwhelmed by it.
Kaya ako sinusubaybayan ng mga tao dahil hikay ako. And syempre may pagka-kinkoy.
Cause you're a blues baby, blues baby, blues baby. Meant to be a blues baby.
Hello, ako si Lisa Del Valle. Hilig niyo ba ang mga tugtuging Pinoy? Kung gayon, samahan niyo ako at ang aking latest single na Solidify sa Letters and Music ngayong Sabado, 1 to 2 p.m. Siyempre, dito lamang sa Net25. Kita-kits!
Blues baby, blues baby, blues baby. Meant to be a blues baby, blues baby, blues baby. Blues baby, blues baby, blues.
Goodwill Season 4, tuwing linggo, 5 p.m. Dito lang sa Net25.
Let's get together. Sa Net25. Sa Net25.
Victoria Wood.
Isa lang po akong normal na estudyante, grade 7 lang po ako. And meron po akong banda which is named Duels. Ang pinagkakaabalahan ko lang po nun is nagpipaint lang po ako, kumakanta-kanta po ako, and medyo nawalan po ako ng hope po na sundan po yung apak ng dad ko. Kasi nga po, syempre po, nawala po siya. Parang sino po magagahid sa akin sa showbiz kung papatuloy ko po. Hanggang po sa naalala ko po yung mga moments po namin ng dad ko, ano na lang iisipin niya kapag di ko tinuloy ito, yung pangarap po namin itong magpamilya. Kami po ni Mami, sinusuportahan niya po ako sa lahat po ng gusto ko. Si Daddy naman po, tinuturuan niya po ako hanggat kaya niya. So, naisipan ko po na ituloy po ito. My dad po. Kasi po, bata pa lang po ako. Una-una niya pong pinakanta sa akin is yung Tiny Bubbles. Alam ko pong sobrang proud po siya sa akin habang pinapakanta niya po sa akin yun. And hanggang po sa lumaki po ako, naisip ko po na what if sundan ko yung apak ng dad ko? What if makaya ko rin na maging katulad niya? Pero syempre po hindi ko naman po siya magiging ka-level kasi po iba po ako, iba po rin siya. Magkaiba po yung level na kapag naging star na po ako, magkaiba po yung level po naman. Siya po, ganun, ako po, ganun po. Ang kaya ko pong gawin, magagawa ko po para sa sarili ko, and para po sa pangarap ko, unang-una po talaga mananalangin po ako kasi po si God lang po talaga yung makakatulong po sa atin at wala na pong iba at ang sarili niya lang po. Pangalawa po, huwag ka pong maging greedy na maabot mo agad yun. Ay gusto ko to, dapat maabot ko na to agad kasi syempre magaling ako. And syempre po, maghintay na lang po sa tamang oras at sa tamang oras na po yung ibibigay din po ng Diyos po yun sa inyo.
So Aaron told me that he thought he already knew the fundamentals, but when he was learning, there was so much more lessons learned in terms of structuring your speech, in terms of delivery, in terms of connecting with your audience. So it's different when you're acting. It's also different when you're giving a presentation because you have to talk to your fans, you have to talk to the vendor, you have to talk to the client. They had to learn different strategies and many of them actually implemented some of those techniques. When it came to implementing structures and content, I would say Aaron, Gia. In fact, on the last day, Dana Aaron, they were, my team said, oh, they're really, really good. They could actually start training their colleagues because you don't have to be an expert trainer to inspire someone. You just have to kind of be a little better than the others and you could share what you know with others.
Well, I think communication is key, no, in any field. And I was hoping to really hone my skills with the workshop. And then especially na artistas kami, or we're being trained to become artistas, I think it's fundamental na we know how to speak well so we can really conduct ourselves properly and speak effectively during interviews or kapag may hosting jobs. Sa lahat naman ng bagay, there are many things that we can still work on and improve. And that's something that Sir Chris taught me. There were many activities, there were many things that it still improved my manner of speaking. Ayoko naman magyabang. That's not my intention. But English is a language na I'm comfortable with. It's one of the languages that I speak. Well, I know na I'm confident when I speak English. But then again, as I said, my English isn't necessarily perfect. There are still so many things that I learned from Sir Chris and I really appreciate yung naging workshop sa speech.
I would say the hardest part was getting people together at the same time. There are so many of them. Normally a class is a smaller class. And so when they're not all there and you're teaching a concept, there are times when I would have to think, should I reteach what I taught because there are a few people who are coming in? Or should I move on because the other people are saying, we already got that? So I had to find a way to sort of flow with that kind of structuring of the class. The second part would be, should I give them assignments because it looks like they're busy, it looks like they have other projects. Usually when you're learning a language or anything, you should do assignments. So I needed to find a way to balance. And I realized that they were doing a lot of other workshops. So I tried to pull back a little bit so that they don't get overwhelmed by it. So I think moving forward, if we can sort of maintain or find a striking balance in terms of who's gonna come in, who's gonna go out, how much assignment can we really give before they don't like me anymore. If we can kind of set that up and set the expectation, it'll be easier to implement.
You are all fired up, Starkadas, mula sa aktingan, personality, branding at speech. Mukhang handang-handa na nga kayo humarap sa mas malaki pang challenges.
Are you excited?
Yes, I am excited. Are you all excited? We are!
Oh.
Dana Davids.
As a content creator, I think kaya ako sinusubaybayan ng mga tao dahil kikay ako and syempre may pagka-kinkoy. I do love posting aesthetic photos on Instagram because for me, Instagram is like a museum. You see things that you want to aspire to become. It's relatable in a way that you want to aspire to become the people that you see on Instagram. But there is a certain joy and freedom that comes with posting kwentuhan and posting raw, authentic reactions on TikTok. So I do enjoy that a lot because it feels like I'm only talking to my friends and I can show my true self without thinking too much about what other people think. Hi, hello everybody! Ako po si Dana Davids, ang kikay fashionista ng Starkada. So, baybayin niyo po ang aking storya, makipagkwentuhan at makipagkulitan po kayo sa akin. Mag-makeup tayo at makipagkengkoyan tayo on my social media accounts. You can follow me on Instagram, that's at DanaDavids_. And on TikTok, that's Dana Davids. See you there, guys! So, baybayin niyo po ang aking storya.
We learned public speaking. What is your voice? What is your say?
Isa lang pong pinagkakabalan ko ay maging sikat na artista pa rin po.
I'm a ballet dancer and I teach basic steps, beginners for babies.
Eto na naman kami, nagbabalik kusina sa bagong season ng Lutong Daza.
Kung na-miss nyo kami, mas na-miss namin kayo. Kaya naman naghanda talaga kami ng mga bagong recipes na for sure, mapapawaw kayo.
Samahan pa natin ang mga mahilig kumain ng mga celebrity guests tulad ni Karin, Alex De Rossi, Carly Martin, Christopher Rojas, Raisa Senon, Modern Nanay Con Cruz at marami pang iba.
Magkita-kita tayo sa kusina ng Lutong Daza. All new recipes, all new episodes.
Tuwing Sabado, alas 11 ng umaga, dito lang sa Net25.
together. Sunday 25. Sunday 25.
Matatag ang paninindigan. Matapang sa pagresponde. Matapat sa paglilingkod. Batikang tagapagbalita. Mata natin sa balitaan. Alex Santos kasama gabi-gabi sa Mata ng Agila Primetime.
Celyn David.
Bago po maging Starkada artist, isa lang po ang pinagkakabalan ko, ay maging sikat na artista pa rin po. Meron po mga times na pupunta po kami sa VTR. Yun lang po talaga pinagkakabalan ko since I was 7 years old. Alam ko na po anong goal and pangarap ko po sa buhay. And kung ano po yung nagpapasaya sa akin while working and helping my family. Siyempre may mga gastos po doon. Kahit commute po, malaki pa rin po yun. Ang ginagawa ko po, kasi sa Makati pa rin po nag-aaral. Kasi doon po malapit yung office ng mom ko po. So, everyday po yan from Cavite. Biyahe po kami, commute kami 4 a.m. sa Makati. Magbebenta po ako ng ballpen, mga classmate ko po. Pag hindi po ballpen, ang ibibenta ko po, Graham balls. Number 1 na nag-inspire po sa akin, mama ko po. And to make my family happy. And I'm happy as well while doing so. That's why po yun yung maganda po. While you're happy doing it, you're making your family happy, and you're making people happy. Sinishare niyo po yung talent niyo. Tinatandaan ko po yung sinasabi ng younger self ko. Bakit ko po ito sinulmulan? And dito na po ako. Tutuloy-tuloy ko na po kasi ito na rin po yung magpapasaya sa akin and sa family ko po. Especially my mom kasi siya po yung nandyan through my ups and downs sa acting career po. Focus and hard work, dedication, and passion. Kapag nagsama-sama lahat po yan, yun na po, pwedeng-pwede mo po yun ma-reach yung elusive stardom. Never give up and manalig po. Kasi siya po ang makakatulong din po sa akin.
I've always seen that those who truly succeed are those who are grateful. So stay grateful. Don't think that you're always going to be better or the best. Be thankful to those who are helping you. That's number 1. Number 2, stay hungry. Yes, you might have achieved a role or a certain level, but growth is never ending. So once you stop growing, it's like you die or you become complacent. So yeah, there are moments of rest, moments of relaxation, moments to enjoy, but sooner or later you have to want more, you have to grow again. And lastly, speak your voice. We learned public speaking. What is your voice? What is your say? Who are you? Are you gonna be like everybody else, or are you gonna be someone with a different kind of voice, something different to offer? So I would say those are my top 3 advice for the Starkada.
Nicky Gilbert.
For me as a content creator, my strength is, I think, because I'm a ballet dancer and I teach basic steps, beginners for babies. So I do tutorials for basic class and for contemporary. So they know the basic skills of dancing ballet. Siguro po yung na-enjoy ko yung pagtuturo ko ng step by step kasi it's really fun to do since there's a lot of kids who really wants to learn how to do the basic steps of ballet. And kasi since po na other kids doesn't afford to go to ballet class, so I do tutorials so they would know how to do basic skills even at.
Hey guys, please follow me on my Instagram, NK Gilbert, FB page, Nicky Gilbert, and of course on TikTok, Nicky Gilbert 13. Ayan guys, please follow me and I would really appreciate it.
Pagkatapos ng challenging workshops and trainings, may isa pang task na naghihintay para sa amin. At mayroon pa kaming bagong makakasama.
Hello, ako si...
Tropical cyclone o bagyo. Ang bagyo ay isang uri ng lagay na panahon na nagdudulot ng malala